All right. What is up, everybody? I am here with Chris. Chris, how you been?
Great, man. How you been?
Never been better. This, yeah, I mean, I'm excited for MLB Hall of Fame announcement, as always.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do a live stream during the Veterans Committee one. I
No,
wasn't excited for that one. And honestly, it came out as a big surprise when Leland was named in, was voted in.
yeah, the lot less passion for managers and umpires and executives.
Executives. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Jim Leland was not. Yeah, I mean, shocker, 506 career winning percentage. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure he's better than that, but yeah,
He had some very successful years.
yeah.
I think of Jim Leland as a pirate.
So do I. Is he something else? Is he going in as something
Well,
else?
well, I don't know, but I
Oh,
just
he's a Tiger.
remember yeah, Tigers, and then I think he managed the Marlins too, which
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
looking at him now.
remember.
He was mainly a pirate. 11 years a pirate, 2 years a Marlin, 1 year a Rocky, 8 years a Tiger.
Okay, yeah, that
And
sounds right.
yeah, but won his World Series with the Marlins. Wait, is that right? Yeah,
2000, no, 97.
97. Yeah,
Huh, that's crazy.
I didn't know that. So 3 pennants and 1 World Series title. 1 World Series titles with the Marlins. Yeah, I guess he never won with the Pirates. He never even got to the with that Bonds Bonilla Andy Van Slyke team. He never got to the World Series.
Yeah.
And Doug Drabeck winning Cy Youngs.
Let's talk about this year's vote. This one here. So we have. Let me share my screen here.
I think of Jim Leland as a smoker. Yeah.
Let's see.
Mookie Chilson. This person's cool for many reasons.
Is this doing what I want it to do?
So the Baseball Hall of Fame tracker, we talked about it real briefly before we jumped on here. Can you summarize it for me? Because I know about it, but I didn't really understand it. But it's just bbhalloffametracker.com, and you can see who's tracking to make it. But how do they calculate that?
Well, so right now they have 56.3% of ballots that are out there public.
Yeah.
Most of them they know who submitted the ballots. It says there are 12 of them that are anonymous or unverifiable. But so sports writers submit their ballots usually via article, maybe they tweet it out. And then these 4 guys volunteer, I assume, and track them all. And there's years and years of tracking. And so right now, based on 56% of votes, we know that Adrian Beltre is a lock. He is at 99.1%.
He was a lock anyway, but yeah.
Right. And by the way, you agree Beltre is a Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah, he's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Then you have 3 question marks. You have Mauer at 83.3%, which feels really good, but we don't know yet how those anonymous ballots will come in. They could skew anti-Mauer. It's unlikely, but it'll be interesting to see. Helton, if I remember correctly, how many years has Helton been on the ballot?
Yeah, he's at at 7 or something.
I think he skews low on the anonymous ballots, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Meaning he'll go down.
Yeah, but he's believed to get in, and there's a I think this morning he was at I don't remember, 70% chance of getting in based on their simulations that they did.
Okay.
Billy Wagner had a very low chance of getting in because he will skew that 78.2% will go down quite a bit. They're projecting, I think, 73% is where he'll finish up.
Interesting. Well, so that's a bunch of interesting things. So the Helton's on his 7th year now. He's been tracking. He's been just going up and up each year. 72% last year. I mean, you have to assume he gets in just based on
for sure,
right? But
unless he has a Vizquel type revelation.
Yeah. So if he somehow so he's got 82 on the tracker. So wait, so the tracker has 204 votes and it's 56% in. So there's just short of 400 total voters, and you need 75%, right? So roughly you need 300 of 400. It's a little less than that.
Yeah, and I don't think they'll round up. So if you finish at 74.7%, I don't think they're going to say that rounds up to 75. You're good. It has to be 75% or more.
Yeah, 3/4, right? So Helton. So Helton looks like he's going to get in. Billy Wagner was also tracking to probably make it, and this is his last year on the ballot, right? He made 68% last year, and this is his last year on the ballot. I would have definitely predicted he would get in just based on that. But if he's only at 78%, you think he's going to drop a bunch?
Yeah, there's just so many people who don't think Billy Wagner feels like a Hall of Famer, and I get that.
Yeah, me too. He doesn't feel like a Hall of Famer to me either, although the numbers kind of support that he is.
Yeah, he's one of the most dominant relievers of all time. He just only pitched 900 something innings, and that's a lot of people have a hard time with that, which I get.
Yeah.
But I'm a bigger Hall guy, and I'm not a big Hall guy, but I'm bigger than a lot of people. And I would put Wagner in, but I'm also okay with him not being in.
Yeah.
Helton, I think Helton has to be in, and I don't think you penalize him just because he hit in Colorado. His home road splits are less than Wade Boggs's were when Boggs was in Boston.
Yeah. I think we talked about it last time. He's not as, I mean, the Rockies obviously helped playing in Colorado, but it didn't like pump him up as much as people think. Does that sound right?
Yeah, absolutely. We should let people know here that we don't have an actual live stream of the video of MLB announcement. We are going to be watching very, very closely.
Yeah.
But neither of us subscribes to MLB Network, and I didn't want to subscribe through because I have Xfinity, and to get it, I have to increase by like $40.
You don't need it these days. There's like Twitter and
Right.
there's the Instagram and all those things, and they tell you instantly what happens.
Yes. Sheffield won't get in, unfortunately. I agree that he's a Hall of Famer. And I know the argument is, well, he took steroids. But a lot of guys, like not Movan, although maybe, David Ortiz did, we believe, did steroids, at least before the Mitchell report, because he was in the Mitchell report, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And yeah.
No. You explained to me the Ortiz thing. He was found guilty, but it was like something that got leaked, and it was never supposed to be made public, right?
Correct. And Bud Selig.
Oh, good.
Bud Selig said we shouldn't hold David Ortiz to this because it's not even. I don't remember all the details, but Gary Sheffield has admitted to putting the cream on his knee. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong here.
Okay, I thought Sheffield was a more he's a PED guy, but maybe he's like one of those borderline does it count guys, which I guess Ortiz would fall into.
Yeah, Ortiz is, to me, clear cut with his not only his
clear cut what
Hall of Famer.
Oh no, of course. Well, on the field for sure. Yeah.
Ortiz was part of the 5% that tested positive that first test, according to Richard Bianco.
Okay. So he did test positive. So he did test positive.
In the anonymous testing that was leaked.
It was not supposed to be leaked.
Yeah. This was before testing was.
I mean, all this stuff, man, it's like they all did it, right?
They did, yeah.
Who got busted and how hard did you get busted?
Mikey G here, one of my longtime favorite subscribers, huge Yankees fan. So we got to take this comment with a big grain of salt.
Okay. Was this early in his career, and was it exactly one time? I mean, you're biased, right, at being up in Boston.
I am biased, but I also think that he probably did steroids more than once. Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
And he was probably doing them later in his career.
Yeah. Okay. That's what's the likely scenario here.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me talk. So if the where was it? If the tracker holds, there would be a number of really surprising things to me. And I'll just go through them one by one here. First of all, Adrian Beltre is a no-brainer first ballot Hall of Famer, but 99.1%.
That's more than Ken Griffey Jr. That's more than. Well,
yeah, he's not.
I don't think Ty Cobb got that much.
Right, he's not one of the best players of all. He's not one of the best players of all time. Or I wonder where that would rank, but because I've that's a lot of writers will vote for nobody on their first ballot, right? Or only the true elite of the elite of the elite. So that would be surprising if he got that much. Although,
yeah, I just think the voters are getting smarter, and there's not a massive ballot. Like oftentimes, some guys will not get voted for because the voters will say, "Well, I knew he was going to get in anyway, and I wanted to save my vote for somebody I wasn't sure who would get in." I've seen that before from writers.
Oh, that's lame.
It is.
I mean, isn't it weird that Mariano Rivera is the only person to get 100%?
It is. Jeter didn't get it.
Right.
Cal Ripken, your guy, Cal.
No, Ripken. I mean, Rivera is deserving. He's the greatest at his position of all time. But you wouldn't, if there's only one guy, you wouldn't think it would be him.
Yeah. Yeah. Joe DiMaggio took 3 or 4 ballots.
Did he really? Well, yeah. Is that true? I mean, how can Joe DiMaggio not be a first ballot? Who are they putting in instead?
I don't think Mark Hoyle gets this wrong.
Okay. No, I'm not questioning it. I'm just saying, how is that possible?
I'm not going to fact check Mark's knowledge. I mean, this.
You're not. I'm going to fact check that. That's a good Joe DiMaggio Hall of Fame voting. What do you think about the Beltre thing? 99%. You agree with that?
Well, I think he's a clear-cut Hall of Famer, so it makes sense. He should be. What?
Sorry. Yeah. No. Go ahead.
He should be very, very high. I don't know that 99%, 96% doesn't matter to me. I think Pedro got him with 93. I'm sure Mark will correct me if I'm wrong. I remember 93 on Pedro.
I think we've talked about this before, but I like when people don't vote for borderline players on the first ballot. I like when they say on a first ballot, I'm only going to vote for the cream, because then you at least have a 2-tier system. You got Hall of Famers and you got first ballot Hall of Famers, and I like that separation. I don't understand why somebody would vote for somebody on the 2nd or the 10th in a different way. 2nd, 3rd, 4th. That doesn't ever make sense to me why someone's increasing over time.
Well, yeah, look at Carlos Beltran, who is a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. He's no doubter. But because he cheated in 2017 and was believed, he was the only one who was mentioned or suspended by baseball, was believed to be the leader of that Astros cheating scandal. A lot of voters penalized him, and then a bunch of them added him back on their ballot this year because he's now at 66%. I think he finished last year at 40-something%. And he'll get in eventually.
Yeah, he'll get in eventually. I think so. He's off. He's high enough out of the gate to when you open it like 50%, everyone always get in. Yeah, Joe DiMaggio got in on his 4th try. 4th in 19. Even I don't know what they were doing, but yeah, it took him 4 tries to get in.
Must have been 50. I'm trying to think of when.
In 1953, his 2nd year on the ballot, he only got 44% of the vote. Wait.
Jimmy Fox on his 8th.
What? Okay, so when you look at like stats of like pitchers in the 1800s, and they're like, 53-8 was their winning record, and you're like, oh, something was different back then.
Yeah,
that's what's going on here. Something had to have been just different back then. Because how would Joe DiMaggio be?
I love Paul Konerko. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
Paul Konerko, yeah. No.
Great first baseman.
Okay, so Mauer surprises me too. I wouldn't. I'm a small hall guy, but I'm sort of speaking in terms of not speaking in terms of whether I would put him in. I'm speaking in terms of if I thought he was going to get in. I wouldn't have thought he would have gotten in on his first try. I thought he would get in. I thought he'd open at like 50, 60 and eventually get in.
I agree.
That's that would have been my guess. I guess it's still possible, right, with the ballots being unknown. But yeah, 83% seems pretty high for him.
I'm just seeing if we have any. It's 5:59.
Any minute now.
Any minute.
I got a lot of Todd Helton rookies, so I got some investment there.
I have none. I've been trying to, because of the anticipation. His values have been up for a while.
No, yeah, it hasn't gone well. Like what I was trying to do with Helton there.
We've got quite a spirited discussion here in the comments.
Oh yeah, a lot of the PED stuff.
Yeah, and Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe.
Yeah,
this is true.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for sure. Sheffield is not liked, right?
I don't think so. Although I think he's getting better because of his recent uptick on TV as an analyst.
Uh-huh.
But look at Joey Votto. I think Joey Votto is he's a compelling Hall of Fame case. I think he will skate in because of how popular he is.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. So Wagner, this is a big one for Wagner. This is last year, and he is right on the border. This will be interesting.
Wagner. I don't think he's going to be. I think he's going to be 71, 72%. You
think he's going to fall that much? I mean, the argument, do you put relievers in? Obviously, you have to have Rivera in, but is Wagner one of the 5 best relievers of all time?
I think so. Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, that seems pretty good if you're making that argument.
Somebody tell us what's happening on MLB Network.
I mean, we got to get Twitter stuff coming in soon now.
I'm watching.
Yeah.
I'm refreshing.
Okay. Sheffield, and you think Sheffield will drop from 74?
Yeah, I think he'll end up in the 60s.
Okay, so this is his last try. That knocks him out. Andrew, so does anyone ever go up from the projected? Because Andrew Jones, 69%.
Yeah, that's a great question. Steroid guys go up, like Manny Ramirez, Alex Rodriguez.
Like the private people who don't want it known that they're voting for steroid guys.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, Andrew Jones is going to be kind of like Billy Wagner because he's now on his 8th try. He got 58% last year, and it looks like he's going to up that, so he's going to be into the 60s easy with 2 years left. That's going to be very, very borderline. If you're you're rooting for Andrew Jones. Yeah,
I think. Oh, we have an announcement. Babe Ruth made it in. Big news here. I
75 years. Twitter's acting really slow, man. These tweets coming in 75 years late or 85 years late or whatever it is.
I think Andrew Jones is a Hall of Famer.
I remember like when Andrew Jones he felt like a Hall of Famer in his prime, for sure, right?
Yeah,
he was like a stud. He was a stud hitter, and he was a stud fielder. He was like
one of the greatest center fielders of all time, most important position out there.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know Joe Mauer enough because those were his prime years were when I was not following things. Sell me on Joe Mauer.
Joe Mauer, man, he played for the same team the whole time, which doesn't matter. But he has
I think that helps.
55 WAR, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, 55 WAR.
Played catcher for half of his career. Had 3 batting titles. Led the majors in batting twice. 306 career.
3 batting titles is impressive for a catcher.
306 career batting. 388 OBP. 439 slugging. 124 OPS plus from the catching position, and actually, as primary catcher, his OPS plus was 135, and then later in his career he moved to first base.
Yeah,
he was an MVP, top 8 in MVP 4 times, 3-time Gold Glove, 6-time All-Star.
No, I mean, I think there's a case there for sure. His 2009 season is pretty insane.
Yeah.
Somebody did the Mauer versus Thurman Munson comparison. Do you like that comparison?
Well, somebody said that Mauer had 600 more hits, but Munson famously didn't get to finish his career.
Yeah. I feel like if you look at like MVP, Gold Gloves, All-Star games, I bet that's all pretty similar. But I bet, Mauer's numbers are going to probably be bigger because he played longer into his 30s.
Pujols probably going to be close to 100%.
Yeah, Pujols. Yeah, see, I wouldn't mind a Pujols being 100%. He's like top 20 player of all time, right?
Yeah.
Adrian Beltre is not that, although he's a no-brainer, like we said, no-brainer first ballot, I guess. Does it anybody? I mean, okay, so Billy Wagner, fine, 70. He's going to be close. Francisco Rodriguez, 6%. Is he that much worse than Billy Wagner? Weren't they roughly? I mean, maybe. I mean, right? Or what am I missing there? I'm not
think
saying
Francisco Rodriguez was as dominant. Like his career whip was 1.16.
Okay.
His career ERA was 2.86. He had more saves, but he just wasn't as dominant. He threw the same number of innings.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not making the case for Francisco Rodriguez. I'm just saying, where is he in saves? Fourth all time in saves. Like if you're gonna put, I don't know.
Oh, on their Facebook page, they're announcing it too. Let's see if we can get this to work. Facebook Live. What do we think? Can I?
None of these like mid-level guys. Do you think Chase Utley will eventually get in?
Chase Utley, I don't know.
He's only getting at 39% right now. That's not good.
But it's his. How many years is it?
His first year. First year. I feel like you kind of want to get 50 in your first year. Is that a number I just made up?
Well, 50 would make you almost a surefire Hall of Famer. There are a lot of guys who have gone from in the teens all the way up.
Oh, is that true? Like there are players who, not fluky Harold Baines like players who start in the teens and then work their way all the way up to 75.
Yeah, Burt Blyleven famously was one.
Burt Blyleven, I assumed he was a veterans guy. No,
I don't think
so. He might not have been. Okay.
So they have. So I do have the live stream.
Okay.
Now that I have Facebook, but they're just talking about the candidates.
They have not announced it?
No, not that I can tell.
Come on, man. What about Scott Rowland? What did Scott Rowland start off at? Let me go back a couple of years here. 52. Is there anybody on here who you have like strong personal feelings towards? Not like they deserve it, but you want them to get in for your own reasons. Oh wow, Scott Rowland, first year on the ballot, 10%.
There you go.
Yeah, climbed all the way to 75% in 7 years.
Jim Rice was also really low.
Oh, okay, yeah. Jim Rice.
I don't remember how low, but
yeah.
Yeah, Jim confirms. I remember how angry Blyleven was after his second to last year eligible, and I think he got in on his last year, but that was back when you had 15 years to get in.
Yeah.
He was really mad after his second to last year.
Why? Because he's like, dude.
I just remember the interview where he snapped at the writer and stormed away.
Oh, really? Like what? Because the writer was asking him, "Are you upset or what?" Like what?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but that's what I remember. It took Rice 15 years. I knew it was a long time, but
yeah. Blyleven's numbers put him there. Donnie Baseball, yeah, we have.
Right.
Yeah.
This is saying next they'll have the election announcement. So
like after these commercials.
I'm just gonna share. I'm gonna share this because Bob Costas. But I don't want to shame Bob Costas, but see, they don't have a close up anymore. He's just had a lot of work done.
So wait, this is the live of the announcement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you, if I turn this on, can you hear it?
At the moment I cannot hear it, but it's not showing. Yeah, I can hear it.
But in fairness to Buck Ewing, you had to get games in a horse and buggy back then, so you couldn't really play 154. So
and I love Bob Costas.
So here's how I slice it with
so
Joe Mauer being a possible first ballot Hall of Famer too. That's the other question on the table. You can't take the gamble to not vote.
I read
right?
Costas's
Because
book
you
as
have
a teenager
so many people you can
Yeah.
vote.
about how to
I'll
improve
hold them
baseball.
off because you can't do.
We're gonna mute that for a minute, and we'll wait. Yeah, I just think Costas. I think very highly of him.
What was his book was about? How to improve baseball?
Yeah, it was back in the early days of. I don't remember if the wild card had happened yet, or if that was one of his proposals. When did the wild card come out?
Mid 90s.
Yeah.
By the way, Larry Walker, a good example of the started low, and then just he probably had a big media push around him in his last year.
Yeah,
or not media push, just a campaign.
All right, let's. I will unmute it here in a minute as soon as it looks like they're going to start making the note. Oh, must be it.
Okay. Oh.
Anyway, the arguments will only get even more heated.
There'll
be celebrations.
Pedro,
the live announcement
of Red Sox,
of the Hall of Fame
Peter.
election is coming your way after the break on MLB Network.
Scott Rowland looks so old there.
That was Scott Rowland. Wow.
1995 wild card. All right, so are we going to commercial? All right,
for $5.
I'll mute again.
Okay.
1995 was the wild card, so I think I must have been after the wild card, and he had a lot of proposals for how to improve baseball. Some of them revolved around the wild card. Mm-hmm. I don't remember what they were. I just remember it was almost 30 years ago now.
Do you like the game clock they've added?
Love it. I'm a huge fan. You know, if you can have what used to be a 4-hour game finish in 2 hours and 50 minutes, it's the same amount of baseball.
Yeah.
Why would you not like that?
I love it too. Yeah, totally.
I like that they've brought more speed back, more stolen bases. I'd love to see them get fewer pitchers in the game. Mm-hmm. So starting pitchers get stretched out, fewer relievers, reduce that. So you cut down on the number of pitchers on each active roster. I would love to see batting average. I can't believe I'm saying this because I used to be. Batting average doesn't matter, OBP. But as a fan, as somebody who watches the game, I want to see more hits, more triples, more doubles. Get these guys on base. That's exciting. And batting average is like 240 something now.
I know. I like not having, back in the 90s when I followed like day to day and everyone, I mean, it's when I got back into it and I would see players who have played the entire season and batted 209, like that never happened. But I guess, you're walking a lot and it's fine, right? And hitting some home runs.
What do you think about the ghost runner? I was a big fan in wiffle ball in my backyard as a kid.
Were you one of the were you a quality ghost runner yourself?
I always played wiffle ball with one other kid.
How do you play 2-man wiffle ball?
Ghost runners.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So
you'd have to yell. You'd get on first base and you'd yell out, "Ghost man on first."
Okay.
And then you'd get on first base again. Ghost man on first and second. You'd run back and hit.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you got like a man on first and you get a single, but they get to second base before you get to first base, that he's out.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Interesting. Were you better than the guy you played against?
No, I played against some great athletes. I would say pretty equal.
2023 second most stolen bases in a season in the last 100 years. 1987 had the most. Wow.
Let's turn this up.
Okay.
Greg, thank you so much. I'm here with Josh Rawitz, the president of the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. And Josh, I'll call it the ballot tracking era. It's only been a few years, but we've never had this kind of excitement where we have anywhere 5 to 7 players hovering near the magic 75%.
Yeah, I think that tells you what kind of ballot we have. I mean, it really is an incredible group of players, and obviously a lot of excitement, a lot of chatter over the last few months, and it's a privilege just to be on the ballot, and we're excited for tonight.
And yet we don't know until right now. Josh, you have the honors. Take it away.
Thank you, Brian. Well, on behalf of Hall of Fame Chairman Jane Forbes Clark, our board of directors, and the entire staff here in Cooperstown, as well as Jack O'Connell, of the Baseball Writers Association of America, it is my honor to announce the results of the 2024 BBWAA Hall of Fame election. I'd like to thank Mark Moran of Ernst & Young and Mike DeLisi for their assistance in tabulating the final results. And as always, we want to thank all of the writers for their participation. This year's ballot featured 26 candidates with 12 newcomers joining 14 holdovers from the 2023 ballot. In arriving at their individual decisions, the electors took into consideration
Gary
the
Sheffield,
following voting criteria.
Super Collector TJ here.
The player's record, playing ability, integrity, sportsmanship, character, and contribution to the team or teams for which they played. Tonight, we are pleased to announce the addition of several new members to the Hall of Fame who will be inducted alongside Jim Leland at our induction ceremony on July 21st at the Clark Sports Center here in Cooperstown. Our first electee was a superstar at the plate and in the field, playing 21 seasons for the Dodgers, Mariners, Red Sox, and Rangers. Today, Adrian Beltre becomes a member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame. One of just 12 players in Major League history with 3,000 hits and 400 homers, he ranks 11th all-time in doubles and 18th all-time in hits with 3,166.
Does anyone not like Beltre?
The most hits ever by a third baseman. He became the first Dominican Republic native to reach the 3,000 hit mark, and when he retired, he had more hits than any player in Major League history born outside of the United States.
93
a four-time All-Star and four-time Silver Slugger Award winner, he led the majors in homers in 2004 with 48, in doubles in 2010 with 49, and tied for the MLB lead with 199 hits in 2013. An elite defender, he won 5 Gold Glove Awards and 2 Platinum Glove Awards, finishing in the top 10 in his league's MVP voting in 6 different seasons. A beloved teammate and fan favorite, he reached the postseason 5 times, winning the 2011 American League pennant with the Texas Rangers. Adrian Beltre, welcome to Cooperstown.
Yeah.
Our second member of the class of 2024 played his entire career with one team, his hometown Minnesota Twins.
Man.
Joe Mauer became the face of the franchise he grew up watching. During his 15-year career, he made 6 All-Star teams, winning 5 Silver Slugger Awards and 3 Gold Gloves behind the plate. In 2006, he became the first catcher to win a batting title in more than 60 years. He would go on to win 2 more in back-to-back seasons in 2008 and 2009. In 2009, he led the major leagues with a .365 batting average and a .444 on-base percentage.
That's what I'm really curious
American League leader with a .587 slugging percentage, all en route to being named the AL's most valuable player. He topped AL catchers in fielding percentage 3 times and caught stealing percentage twice, ranking 9th all-time with a .995 career fielding mark. On 4 different occasions, he helped his team to the postseason, and tonight he becomes a member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Joe Mauer, welcome to Cooperstown. And our third and final member of the class of 2024 played his entire 17-year career while wearing number 17 for the Colorado Rockies. Today, Todd Helton becomes a member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame.
Ichiro's a good
All-Star, he batted .316 with 2,519 hits, including 369 home runs and 592 doubles, the 20th best mark of all time. While his career OPS of .953 ranks 23rd in baseball history.
23rd
a native of Knoxville, Tennessee, he won 3 Gold Glove Awards and 4 Silver Sluggers while taking home the National League batting title in 2000. That year, he batted .372 while leading all major leaguers in doubles, RBI, slugging percentage, OPS, and total bases. He batted .300 or better in 12 different seasons, including each of his first 10.
There you go.
I wonder if I'm allowed to share that. Am I going to get a strike on my YouTube account now?
You might. No, not.
It was public on Facebook though.
Not on the live stream. Yeah, I think you're fine. There you go.
Yeah.
Analyze it.
Well, I'm really curious to know how close Sheffield and Wagner got.
And Andrew Jones, for that matter.
Yeah, absolutely. Shoot. So, what was I going to say? Yeah, Andrew Jones probably in the 60s. Beltran probably around 60.
So Sheffield's out.
Sheffield is out and off, and
Sheffield's
will probably
done.
never get in on a
yeah,
Veterans Committee ballot.
He'll come around every 3 years, and I feel like those are really crowded. Like he'll be in the same. He'll have like Bonds and Clemens and
A-Rod,
Mattingly, A-Rod, Manny. Right, he'll have all the. But so we're calling Sheffield a PED guy, but like a lesser offender. I just don't understand where the line is. Like if Ortiz got in and Sheffield almost got in, why are these other guys at 20%? Why did Rafael Palmeiro get off in one season?
Well, Palmeiro had the famous finger wag, right?
Yeah, you should get points for that because that's funny.
But then he tested positive like 3 days later.
Oh, did he? Okay.
I don't remember how close it was, but
he was a dummy. He was a dummy about it.
Yeah, yelled at Congress and then tested positive right after.
Okay, I see. That's yeah.
Bunch of dummies.
Okay. Well, yeah. Helton, Wagner, and
here's a great. Bade Woggs should be in the Hall of Fame. That's right.
Bade Woggs.
Oh no, I think he's saying
he's Wade Boggs, but
Billy Wagner.
Oh, B-Wags. I thought he was making a Wade Boggs. Yeah, I thought he was making a Wade Boggs joke, but that I didn't get. B-Wags. Well, B-Wags has another chance because he's got one more year, and assuming he was 68 last year, so assuming he went up, I think he's gonna be right on the border.
Yep. Oh, here we go. Joe Mauer was elected by 4 votes. Billy Wagner missed by 5. I think Wagner missed by 11 last year.
So I mean, Wagner's a good bet for next year. Wait, who's on the? Is the next year a key ballot? It's got Ichiro, right? But is there other key?
That is a really good question.
Ichiro, CC Sabathia. That's really,
definitely.
Those are the only two. Kind of like probably.
Dustin Pedroia, Ian Kinsler. No.
These aren't right.
Felix Hernandez will be an interesting case.
I guess, sure.
Tulowitzki, Zobrist, Curtis Granderson, Hanley Ramirez, Russell Martin. No to all of those guys.
Right,
but I love this go. This, it's all about remembering some guys.
Yeah, well, it's not like a loaded. Next year's not loaded. Is all I'm saying. So I think B-Wags, which is a cool name for him, should get in next year. Would be my way too early prediction. Yeah, you can't have it. You have to, right? You have to mention Jack Morris. I'm sorry, man. That's on you. That's on you.
It's inevitable. I get comments on completely unrelated videos about Jack Morris now. So I embrace it. I love it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Gary Sheffield, 63.9% of the vote.
Oh wow. He really fell off. He didn't get. He dropped. He fell. He lost 11%.
Ooh. Can we give our abbreviated qualification to be a Hall of Famer? I'm not a Hall of Famer and can't be because I'm not eligible. But Chris Sewell, clear-cut YouTube Sports Card Hall of Famer.
Oh, that's yeah. The only requirement is you've been doing it for 3 years, right? You've been putting out steady videos for 3 years. I don't even know.
I don't know what the percentage is.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what's the actual, like, if you put out one video a month for 3 years, does that count?
So a lot of voters, and this is my first year voting, but a lot of voters said I'm not voting for this guy because he didn't put out enough videos in the last year, but if he increases his output, maybe next year.
Yeah. Okay. No, that was cool. I mean, I just found out that I'm going to be elected this year, which is exciting.
Well, I think you will. I don't know for sure.
Oh, okay.
It just seems
we'll see.
It seems obvious to me that you would.
Well, maybe I'm not a first ballot.
If anybody were to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, I think it would be you.
Well, so you'll be next year, right? On the ballot.
Are we eligible?
Yeah. Okay. But I still don't understand how you're elected. Like somebody just has to announce you.
If you have had 1 year of creating sports card content, you can vote. Your vote is eligible to count.
Okay.
And you can anybody who has 1 year creating content can then
vote
submit
for
a
anyone
video ballot. You have to do a video ballot. Now, there are some sports card YouTubers that don't like me, so I'm not.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, how come?
I've been told
by
some folks that I rub some people the wrong way.
What did you do?
I put titles that are eye appealing. I use thumbnails that are eye appealing, and I've been told that a lot of folks think that the cards should speak for themselves.
Okay.
And my argument to that, and I've said this, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but they can't speak for themselves if people aren't watching your videos. So I want people to watch my videos, and I try to get them to.
I see. I just think it's all the Jack Morris fans out there.
Yeah.
It's probably more of that.
Yeah. I hope you have an acceptance speech.
I would love to do one. That would be fun.
Okay, here are the numbers. Beltrade 95%, Helton
Okay,
79%.
that seems right to me.
Yeah, Mauer 76, Wagner 73.8.
That's a bummer. Although he'll get in next year. I mean, he's a very, very likely.
Yeah. Andrew Jones 61.6. Beltran got to 57. I think he was in the 40s last year.
Was he that low?
A-Rod Manny. I think A-Rod Manny actually. I think they were both in their mid to high 30s.
Yeah, you're right. Beltran jumped up 11 points. That's a good sign for him in year 3.
Yeah.
A-Rod basically stayed flat. Manny stayed flat. They're not going to get in.
No
chance.
Even though A-Rod is one of the greatest players of all time.
Numbers wise, he's easy top 10, right?
Yeah. Manny's one of the greatest hitters of all time.
Yeah.
Dave Steeb. We have a Dave Steeb stan here.
I wonder. You always hear that. You remember those names? And it's like, I wonder if there's actually a case there for like Dave Steeb. You think there is?
There is, but he's missing the fame part. He was a very, very good pitcher. I just don't think he's a Hall of Famer. It's kind of like Scott Rowland's case.
Well, Rowland's in.
I know. But a lot of people don't think he should be.
No, yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think he should be based on who's in even. Scott Rowland, Dave Steeb, 56 WAR, but not much else to argue for.
Right.
Yeah. Well, what do you think?
Might as well put Morneau in as well.
What do you think? What do you think of the ballot? Were you surprised? Are you happy? Are you unhappy? What's the?
No, it's not surprising. I would love to have seen Wagner get in. You wanted Wagner? Yeah, I want more guys to go in. I'm happy to see guys get in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
except for Jack Morris.
Well, we got to do that tier thing, man, where you can get more people in, but just on tiers.
Oh yeah, Dorktown. Is this the Captain Ahab documentary on Dave Steeb? I have that in my watch list.
There's a Dave Steeb documentary about Hall of Fame worthiness.
Yeah, I don't know if we might not be talking about the same Dave Steeb documentary.
Like, is that like a 10-minute YouTube video, or is it like a 2-hour documentary?
The one that I have in my watch list is long.
Okay.
Oh, I love this idea.
Oh, wow. Interesting. You can get demoted. That is good. If you had tiers, it would work a lot easier, right? You can push someone down a tier. So like people who misbehave or who we feel were overrated at the time.
Yeah. I used to have a rule in my house when somebody would bring something home, like a new item to put in the house, something else had to get thrown away or sent away.
Yeah. Otherwise it gets too cluttered.
Right. You induct 3 new guys in. Now we got to remove 3 guys.
Right. So there's only 200 guys in the Hall of Fame. Let's say you can't. We're peaked out. So if you want to put somebody else in, you got to remove somebody.
We have enough relievers in the Hall. No more relievers.
There are quite a lot of relievers. It's a fair point. Like there's probably more than 10.
Bruce Sutter, Goose Gossage, Lee Smith, Mariano Rivera, Trevor Hoffman.
Hoyt Wilhelm, Riley Fingers,
Fingers, Dennis Eckersley, although Eckersley was a starter for half of his career.
Smoltz, you wouldn't say Smoltz.
No, but Smoltz, I think Smoltz is relieving, helped put him over the top.
Yeah. So I guess it's 8. I bet we're missing someone. Well, okay, so there's roughly 10. So I mean, Billy Wagner's got to be better than some of those guys.
Eric, we're not really advocating for that. It would be quite indignant. We're just joking.
Yeah. Well, sort of. I like it.
Yeah, no, but it would never happen.
What?
It would never happen. Imagine you're a Hall of Famer for 25 years and you're on your deathbed and they're like,
oh, by the way, you got voted out. Dude, what did I do?
People are mentioning people that we already mentioned.
Okay.
The guys who do more than one video a week on sports cards are probably juiced and on peds. It's true.
Well,
the only way I could do this is on PEDs.
I neither deny or acknowledge. What's the phrase? Yeah.
The only PED I'm on is Diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi. Does that count?
Do you get a plaque? And for the plaque, will you wear the braid?
I don't have the braid. I can. I would. I don't know. I don't know if we get a plaque.
I don't know. I don't think you do.
Oh. Yeah, exactly. It's horrible, but poor Harold Baines, man. Like that would be the worst news ever.
Tommy John should be in just for his impact on the game.
Yeah. You wouldn't vote somebody out like Harold Baines. You'd vote somebody out who like did something bad, right? Was that the concept?
No, the concept was you get rid of somebody just because
you just get rid of somebody because
too many.
There's too many. Yeah, okay. I agree with this. Or I don't know if you put it to the fans, but I don't like the system at all. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, 100%. A lot of these guys who are voting, I don't know if it's still this way because I think now you can only vote for 10 years.
Okay.
But it used to be that there were guys who've been retired for 20 years and didn't pay any attention to baseball who were voting for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Man. How about a combination?
Right. A combination would be the writers have 25% power or whatever. I almost feel like it should be like current Hall of Famers voting for the next era would be cool.
If this were the Basketball Hall of Fame, Hideki Matsui would make it in because of his global contributions.
Oh, interesting. I don't know how good was he in Japan. Yeah,
I think he was great.
Okay, he was like a major star.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think right. I don't think they take that into account.
No.
Yeah.
I think baseball has like 1% of players get in, and basketball is like 3%.
Yeah, well, right, and it's all basketball. So the Basketball Hall of Fame takes into account college. So there's like players like Glenn Robinson, or I don't know if he made it, but players like
Big
that.
Dog.
Huh?
Big Dog, Glenn Robinson.
Yeah, who were like amazing in college and then had mediocre. Like Chris Webber, I think, is in the Hall of Fame. You wouldn't think of him as a Hall of Famer from his NBA career.
Tony Kukoc is in the Hall of Fame.
Is he? Yeah, a good example.
Because of his global Vlade Divac.
Yeah. Right.
Arvydas Sabonis, did he make it in? I think
Arvydas
because of his.
Sabonis. Good pull.
Yeah, a lot of these global guys. Drazen Petrovic.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's not just Yeah.
Because back then, like Arvydas Sabonis, I think was a rookie at the age of 30.
Okay, right, because he had played overseas in his 20s, and Kukoc probably was too.
Yep. Yeah. The Jordan documentary, the Last Dance.
Yeah, that was cool.
How much they hated Kukoc, or they just didn't want him on the team. I don't think it was anything personal. I don't remember the details now.
Something like because he was like no, because they played him in the.
Yes,
in the Olympics. And everyone was like, Kukoc is good. And Kukoc didn't do anything. Just the announcers were like trying to build up the game. And they're like, Kukoc is going to take Jordan. And Jordan's like, screw this guy, man. I'm going to embarrass him. Yeah. And I think that's all it was.
Oh, so this is a good point. These guys would get in on a fan vote because
that's true. Oh yeah, that's true. You start putting in players like that. So you can give the fans like 25% power. Fans 25%, writers 25%, players 50%. How about that?
Deal.
Doesn't it seem like the Hall of Fame voting should be like, Frank Thomas, Ken Griffey Jr., Cal Ripken, Tom Glavine. Let them decide who should be voted in this year.
Yeah, this is another thing. Pippen notoriously did a very poor job of negotiating contracts.
Yeah, I remember that
career.
Yeah,
and so he was upset the Kukoc was going to make more money, but that's not a Kukoc problem. That's a Pippen problem.
that's come on, Scotty.
Like look at Ronald Acuna Jr., one of my favorite players in MLB right now, signed a contract that's now way below market. You signed it, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah.
Orlando showing up right at the end.
Yeah.
Munson. I'm okay with Munson getting in. Great short career. What did he play? 10 seasons exactly?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's reasonable to argue based on who's in, he should be in.
Jerry Krause. Did you see, by the way, Jerry Krause's widow getting booed?
No. Where?
The Bulls were doing a Jerry Krause night, and they were announcing Jerry Krause, and they were talking about his widow, and she's on the big screen on the Jumbotron, and everybody in the crowd, not everybody, but a lot of people in the crowd start booing her. She's like 80 years old.
What is she offensive, or is she just
no? Just because Jerry Krause chased away Michael Jordan.
Come on, people. Come on. It's an 80-year-old woman. Come on, man.
It's pretty gross. Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with booing Jerry Krause. I I wouldn't boo somebody myself, but I'm all for booing at a stadium, but not some dude's widow. Elderly woman.
Even worse.
Who they booed Krause, not his widow, but everybody. I mean, she was on the Jumbotron and she thought she was being booed, and that's what matters.
Okay.
Who was the Saints? I'm trying to think of the Saints owner, Benson.
I don't know.
I don't remember. I'm not going to say because I'll get.
He got booed too.
I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a good point too. Not that this justifies booing his
widow. Wait, but what was Chicago doing? They were doing a Jerry Krause night?
Yeah, they were just doing honoring Jerry Krause.
And he's known to be hated for the Jordan thing?
Yeah, and other things too, I think. I don't remember, but
okay. So maybe it's kind of on Chicago for putting him in that position.
This is a great question here. Who would you pick is not in the Hall of Fame and is eligible to put in the Hall of Fame?
Like who I would want from a fun way, or who deserves to be in base? Well, who deserves to be in? I think the number one guy is Lou Whitaker.
Great, great choice.
Yeah, what's yours?
Probably Tiant.
Louis Tiant. Interesting. I was gonna say Dave Steep.
Dave Steep.
Let me look at Louis Tiant. Louis Tiant. Oh.
I can't. There's so many comments. I can't keep up with all these.
Louis Tiant. Huh? No, that's a good one. I didn't realize he was that good. 66 WAR.
Dave Winfield is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Winfield's in. I'm pretty sure Lou Whitaker is the highest WAR not in.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's not tainted by some sort of.
Yeah, that's not. You're right. That's not that. Yeah. Louis Tiant lost 20 games in a season with a 3.71 ERA.
Look at this comment. What an awful coincidence on Dozen Rotten Egg Night. How did she get hit by all these eggs? Who would have thought?
That's fair. That's a fair.
Yeah, and the Red Sox owner isn't going to Winterfest, or did it already happen? I don't keep up with January baseball stuff, but I think I read that he's skipping it because he got booed last year.
Okay, the Washington Commanders owner, who's no longer there, he's one of the most hated people in the history of the town,
Dan Gilbert.
Huh?
Gilbert?
Dan Snyder.
Snyder, yeah.
But he in his last season, or one of his last seasons, I don't know, there was some announcement at the game once, and he didn't want to go because he knew he'd get booed. So he sent his wife instead, and she got booed just as loud. And it was said that this was a moment he truly realized how hated he was.
How did he not know?
Right. Well, he's a narcissist, so
true. Yeah. See, I thought it was Secret Base too, so that makes sense because I subscribe to Secret Base.
So is this like worth watching? I mean, to me,
I've heard it's amazing.
Like there's because to me, I remember him being a good player, but nothing special. But I'm sure there's stuff I don't know about it. So maybe are people in the comments saying that that's like worth checking out?
Yeah, half a dozen comments.
Okay, yeah, I'll check that out. It's called Secret Base.
Secret Base is the channel, but I think that if you just Google Dave Steeb Captain Ahab, I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know why, but the name of it has something to do with Captain Ahab.
Yeah. Okay. Now, yeah, Louis Tiant's a better candidate than I thought. Ricky Vaughn, yeah, well, obviously.
Give him the heater.
Tried the corner and missed. That line is amazing. Just a bit outside.
Yeah, I'm good with these guys.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy John, I'm surprised Tommy John hasn't gotten in. And again, like you said, contribution to baseball, big one. Schilling might have a higher WAR. No, I don't think so. Then
Schilling talked his way out of the Hall of Fame. He told the writers, not to vote for him. He is, in my opinion, a clear-cut Hall of Famer. And the writers,
oh no, your guy's right. 79.5 WAR.
And Whitaker is
75.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Schilling has a higher WAR. That makes Schilling the number one guy not in? That would be amazing. There's no PEDs with Schilling, right?
No.
Just the other weirdo stuff.
Yeah. Wendy
yeah.
Peppercorn? Is that her name?
Peppercorn. Oh yeah, she's a first ballot.
Wendy Peppercorn. I don't think it's isn't it Pfeffer?
There's definitely an F in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't realize that. I think that's right.
Maybe that's Fangraphs WAR 97.5.
No, yeah, that's not standard WAR.
No, Fangraphs. I don't ever use that. Oh, he corrects himself and says 79.5. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh wait, yeah.
This is positioned as a good thing. All these guys are dying.
I guess it is a good thing, no?
Schilling has 3 World Series wins. Arizona 01, Red Sox 04, where he was massive parts of both of those World Series. And then he was part of the 07 team on the Red Sox that won, although I think he was injured for the second half of that year.
Okay.
But I think he has 3 rings.
Yeah, I mean,
he does.
It's an easy case if you're just looking at the numbers. Yeah, your guy's right. He's number one. Who's not in? Besides Pete Rose, and some active guys. So yeah. He
also outed Tim Wakefield's brain cancer before Tim Wakefield's family wanted anybody to, and they had been clear when they were telling close family and friends, we don't want this going public. And Schilling literally said on his radio show, I don't care that they don't want this public. I'm saying it anyway. And Wakefield died like 4 days later.
What? No, come on.
It was really gross.
Okay, so you have to subtract 10 more for that. So he's down to 69.5. He's still a borderline case. Morgana, yeah. That's a good one too.
Ketchup sock. This is in the Hall of Fame.
Ketchup
pretty
sock?
Sure.
What is?
Pretty sure. The sock he had that had the blood in it, the bloody sock.
Yeah. Kurt Schilling.
Peppercorn.
So Kurt Schilling, 68th all-time in WAR. 69th is Joe DiMaggio.
Wow. Okay.
Peppercorn, yeah, that's right.
Nice.
Peppercorn has 9 kids, or the?
I assume the actress.
What was the name of the kid who was the good player who made the majors in that movie? Do you remember? He had a really cool name. It was like Speedy Jones or something. I mean, it wasn't Speedy Jones, but
I don't remember. Bobby Hurley in the Hall of Fame.
He's the kind of guy who you're like, Bobby Hurley, and then
right. And then also similarly, Jason Williams, Jay Williams, right, the Duke point guard who never played again after a motorcycle accident.
Wait, sorry, who?
I think his name was Jay Williams. Amazing college player.
In like the 90s?
Yes, for Duke, I think.
Duke had like every good player in the 90s. Scotty Smalls?
Yeah.
No, that's no wait. Scotty Smalls.
Schilling was not a good teammate. This is mostly true. I think the only time any teammates liked him was the weird 04 Red Sox team.
Well, Tim Wakefield didn't like him, obviously.
She married Squints and they had...
Oh, Benny the Jet. That was it. Benny the Jet. Yeah, that's the Sandlot guy.
Man, sorry. There's so many comments. Every time I click on one.
Well, all the major league guys besides Ricky Vaughn. There's Willie Mays Hayes.
Willie Mays Hayes, and then there's what's the foreign guy's name?
Pedro. Was it Pedro?
Serrano.
Pedro Serrano.
Pedro Serrano, right?
I feel like that's a real player.
Spanish sailor.
Spanish sailor? What's that?
I just googled Pedro Serrano and it says he's a...
Okay. Yeah. No, I think you're right about Pedro Serrano. Yeah, Benny the Jet. I like that name.
Somebody will say. Jobu.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Benny the Jet. Benny and the Jets.
There's no.
Oh, somebody else said that too. Look at that.
What?
Benny. Jay Williams is an ESPN analyst.
Jason Williams, white chocolate?
No. I don't know. Oh, man. Chris.
I think you made up the Jay Williams thing.
We still have 130 people hanging on here. What are we doing?
By the way, so okay, I like this comment. I mean, Piazza, Bagwell, Tomei. I mean, none of them were Ivan Rodriguez, right? None of them were ever busted, right? Or there's no evidence at all, right?
I remember the rumors about Piazza being because he had back knee.
Because he had what?
Back acne. And they said that because he has this, he must be on steroids.
No, that's circumstantial, right?
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. But don't you think they probably all did?
Yeah, probably did.
So it's just a function of who got caught.
Two best YouTubers live.
Yeah.
Jamal Wilkes. I don't remember Jamal Wilkes' rookie card.
Jamal Wilkes, basketball player?
He was he was on the 75 Warriors championship team. My friend, listen to me like I've got a name dropper.
Name dropper, yeah. Go. Who do you know?
Name dropper. Google Ethan Higbee. I grew up. He's when I was a kid, he was in the Sports Illustrated Faces in the Crowd. Okay. Now he's a documentarian. He's in the middle of doing a documentary about the 75 Golden State Warriors. I hope I'm not outing something here, but Jamal Wilkes is in that. He's interviewed Jamal Wilkes and a lot of other amazing people. I'm really excited to see this.
Okay. Wait, is the Jamal Wilkes rookie 76 tops? Tom Mayrant?
Tom Mayrant.
Tom's a good viewer. A great viewer. Is it the 76 tops you're talking about?
Jamal Wilkes rookie card. 75, 76.
I'm looking at that one. That's Keith Wilkes, which is a really funny photo.
Well,
is that the one you see? The 75 tops Keith Wilkes? Oh, it is Keith Jamal Wilkes.
Keith Jamal Wilkes.
Yeah,
is that him?
Yeah, that's funny. That is really funny.
That is a bad, yeah.
Yeah. Can you pull that up or not?
Yes, I think so. Should be able to, right? If I were smarter. Wow, why is this so difficult? eBay. eBay makes everything difficult.
So do you think my Todd Helton's cards will jump? I invested quite a bit.
I am going to say maybe for a short time.
So sell is what you're saying.
Jamal Wilkes in the Hall of Fame, by the way.
Jamal Wilkes?
I'm pretty sure he is. Is the card up on the screen now?
No.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. he's like yeah, he's pretty insignificant in that photo.
Wes Unseld, another Hall of Famer.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Washington legend. Washington Bullets.
Washington Bullets legend, yeah.
What do you got going on? Somebody making dinner?
Oh, you can hear that? Yeah, my wife. Well, it's too late for dinner. I actually missed dinner.
What?
Huh?
You missed dinner for this?
Yeah. Well, dinner's at 5:45 usually. It was like literally dinner time at the.
Yeah, we're 5:30, 5:45 dinnerers too.
Okay. Yeah, but she's either putting the dishes away or she might be making me dinner given that I missed it.
Our comments is now basketball Hall of Fame stuff.
Okay, well, you gotta bring it up. I like that stuff.
Great corner shot. I wasn't born. I was born in 79. You were what, 80?
79.
Okay.
So Jamal Wilkes Hall of Famer for his NBA career or for his college career? Sell Helton quickly. Yeah, I plan to actually.
I think because of, I think a lot of those 1975 Golden State Warriors guys got in. It was also really early in the NBA.
Yeah.
And he had a very good career. He was a 3-time All-Star, 4-time NBA champ.
Oh, that helps.
Who did he win? Did he go to the Lakers? He won
a bunch with the Lakers.
3 times with the Lakers.
Okay. I wouldn't have even known he was not a common player.
This is weird because I've got him. Baseball Reference says he's a 4-time champ, but then it only shows championships with Golden State in 75, Lakers in 80, and Lakers in 82.
Well, the Lakers won like $1 billion in the 80s. Didn't they win like 5 in the 80s?
Yeah, but he retired after 84.
So he had a short career.
You know what? He's
probably awesome in college too, though.
He probably just didn't play, and they gave him a ring. Play in the series. That's my guess.
Okay. Yeah, if I have a stack of 75 tops basketball, I would not pull out Jamal. I would just leave in that card for in the comments. So I learned something now. I'll pull it. Actually, I want to see what a book's at.
What's
75
regular roller? That'll be somebody's regular roller.
That's exactly. Let me look up 75 tops Jamal Wilkes.
You ever been to a Culver's?
Culver's? I would have thought that was a grocery. I mean, grocery store. It's not.
It's a burger and shake restaurant. I've been to them in Wisconsin before.
Is it like a fast food?
Yeah.
Okay, I have not. Is somebody recommending it, or are you?
Orlando, a collector's dream, said that he went to dinner and had a great burger at Culver's.
Yeah, cool.
They're very good.
Okay. So Jamal Wilkes' card does not list in Beckett. Oh, it is. It does. Whoa! It's the most expensive card in the set.
How much?
No, sorry. It's the third one. In the 70s. Oh, he played in the UCLA with the Bill Walton teams. Yeah. So in the 1975 top set, the most valuable card is the Moses Malone rookie, booking at 120, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at 100, Julius Erving at 100, and then Keith Wilkes at 80. That's high.
Calvin Murphy is in the Hall of Fame.
Calvin Murphy. God, I gotta learn my 70s basketball better.
UCLA championships, Lakers. Man, there's
what?
It's just so many comments, and I'm trying to keep up with them. But how do we get
Oh,
Colavito in
yeah.
here. Where'd this come from?
I actually thought Colavito was in when I like got back into baseball, and I found out at some point he wasn't.
Probably because when we were kids, they always had those old time home run derbies that were on TV, and Rocky Colavito was always in those.
Yeah. I mean, his career totals aren't really there, but I just assumed he was in. Like, to me, he was a bigger name than Tony Perez or something. You know, some of the guys who are in.
Yeah.
Have I told? Oh, quick side note. Have I told you that I'm gonna and for March, I think I want to do a like March Madness content creators challenge, where you guys like have one-on-one competitions with each other, like trivia basically, and then we'll I was hoping to get 8, and then we'll go 8, 4, 2, 1.
Perfect.
You're going to be a contender, a contestant if you're open to it.
Is it? Absolutely, no question. I mean, you could tell me it's on speed skating, and I'm in.
Okay. No,
I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
Is it about cards or is it about baseball?
No, cards. It'll be all cards. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, have you ever seen the one I did with Jeremy? And I did one with Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've watched them all. I love it.
Okay. Yeah. We could do one of those, but yeah, you'll be a contestant.
Tenny Archibald.
Yeah, I knew he was in. Maurice Cheeks. That was one I just found out recently. Is a
great 76ers coach for a while.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Wasn't he the 76ers head coach?
I don't know.
No Cheeks.
No, but his rookie card he shares with Magic Johnson's rookie card, so that's cool.
I have been to the Baseball Hall of Fame when I was in 8th grade.
I've been twice, yeah, both as a teenager. I really wanted to go Ripken's year when he was inducted, which was 2006, but yeah, I was in Europe. I was living in Europe.
Yeah, that might make it difficult.
Yeah, baby, right there. Old school. That's how we do it. Mike is secretly the most competitive person out there. The other Mike's super competitive. Are you too?
I don't think so.
No, I saw I saw one where you guys were each. You were like, you were each showing off your collection of a certain player. I forget who the player was. Yes, yeah.
But I knew I wasn't going to be competitive.
Yeah, you didn't. Okay, how'd you know?
Because I've just started my Yaz collection. I like the lower grade because then I can buy more cards.
Yeah.
And so I knew I wasn't going to compete with those two guys who've been collecting these for decades.
Okay. Yeah,
only player to lead.
You didn't seem that upset by losing that. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how competitive you actually are. But I will say I have from inside information that you are very competitive, not from a comment here.
Inside information.
Yeah.
You're going to have to share that with me.
No, I'm sorry. I can't. I can't give away my sources. They'll never share information with me again.
All right.
Which UCLA alum was the only player to lead the ABA and NBA in rebounding? That's not a trivia I'm going to be able to pull.
I don't know the ABA at all.
Yeah. Who is it? Who is it, Tom?
And there are random names in the comments too. Like, is this the answer? Jack Parkman? I've never heard of Jack Parkman.
That's somebody made that up. Oh, Jack Parkman.
No, and Tom says it's Sven Nater.
That's also obviously made up. Jack Parkman and Sven Nater. Yeah, we're not falling for that again, guys.
See, Dutch former basketball player.
Oh, he was Dutch? Oh, cool.
He did lead the NBA and ABA in rebounding.
So living in the Netherlands,
that's amazing.
Everyone was into Rick Smits. Like, do you know who that is?
Of course, he was a pacer.
Yeah. But nobody mentions Sven Nater. Maybe that's just too far back.
Yeah, played for the San Antonio Spurs of the ABA.
Okay.
And led the league with 16 rebounds, and then the San Diego Clippers of the NBA.
Of course, San Diego Clippers. Yeah.
Right.
Before they moved to Los Angeles.
Rick Smits went to Marist College. upstate New York.
Oh, that's also made up.
It might be. The college isn't. I have a friend who went there.
Okay, okay. I thought the college was probably made up, but yeah.
100% of the vote. Who do we think deserved it? A lot of guys.
Yeah. So isn't
Hank Aaron?
Right, Hank Aaron. Who didn't vote for Hank Aaron?
Right.
Or Willie Mays, or those are I guess the two obvious. I mean, Babe Ruth on the first ballot.
I bet Chris has never even heard of Tristan Casas.
I definitely have.
He was a rookie this past year, Red Sox rookie.
I know. Yeah, he plays first baseman. He's a first baseman.
You just Googled him.
No, he had like 20, 24, 25 home runs, something like that.
Roughly. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was solid. Yeah. No, great player.
Future MVP candidate for the Red Sox.
Okay, is that? Do you believe that?
I do. Yeah. Big power hitter.
Okay,
gets on base.
He's a legit future star.
Yep.
I should have bought some of his cards for my experiment.
I have a lot of them. I'll sell them to you at 2x comps.
Wow, that's a great deal for you. What's his rookie year? 2022?
2023. Yeah. First Bowman was 2018, I think.
Does he have a top Chrome base yet? Yeah, 2023.
Yep.
Yeah, no, his stuff's selling pretty good.
He finished third in the AL Rookie of the Year race.
Oh, lost you.
You lost me?
Can't hear.
Can anybody else not hear me?
Can you hear me?
I hear you. Yeah, perfect.
I cannot hear you. No?
How about now? I'm being told it's you.
Yeah, no, I can't hear anything you're saying. It's complete. Oh, there we go. You're back.
Oh, you hear me now?
Yeah. Wait, Tristan Casas is not very expensive, some of his stuff. Oh, no. Sorry. It is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, he's, yeah. All right, I'll keep an eye out on him.
Yeah. I'm not competitive, but it was definitely you.
Oh, that was on the technical was on my end?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I didn't touch anything. Everyone could. I guess it was on me. Guys are. Everyone's in the comments is outing me out.
Wow, these questions are so good. I've got to run, but let's wrap it up on this question.
Yeah.
If you had one Hall of Fame for the 4 sports combined, who would be the first player inducted?
Oh, that's great.
This could be a future video.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Well,
Babe Ruth, Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali. Oh, that's not one of the 4 sports.
I mean, okay. The contenders are in baseball. Ruth. It's Ruth, right?
Yeah.
In basketball, it's Jordan, I guess. In hockey, it would be Gretzky, and in football, I guess Brady. But I would almost say that's the worst argument is Brady. So I'm gonna go Gretzky.
I'm gonna go Jordan.
Now I'm gonna change it to Ruth. Yeah, Ruth.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna leave you with this comment because it made me laugh.
Okay. Yeah, that's fun. No, that's funny, but not likely.
All right, everybody, thank you for joining. This was a blast. Had a great time. And Chris, thanks for joining me.
Yeah.
Let's do this again at some point.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, man. Later.
See you soon.
Bye, everybody.